Have you ever noticed the appearance of certain insects in your house in an almost inexplicable way? Cockroaches that appear out of nowhere, spiders that show up in unexpected corners, or even a black butterfly crossing your path at a decisive moment. It may seem like just a coincidence, but what if I told you that nothing happens by chance, especially for the chosen ones? The universe has mysterious ways of communicating, and the signs are closer than we imagine. But why do you feel that these little visitors always appear in your life? And what do they have to do with the energies that surround us? For the chosen ones, the presence of these insects is not a mere coincidence. They carry deeper messages of alerts and spiritual guidance. The question is, have you noticed these signs and learned from them? For many, insects can be just part of the everyday scenery. But for the chosen ones, they are symbols of something much greater. For example, if a cockroach suddenly appears, it may be more than just an unwanted visitor. It could be an alert about negative energies or energetic blockages accumulating around you. Similarly, a spider, with its web, might be trying to warn you about situations that are trying to trap you without your noticing. If this message is already calling you, don't ignore it. Subscribe to connect with this energy of awakening and transformation. Don't forget to leave your like to show your support. In the comments, write, "I am ready to awaken and live my truth," and share with us your commitment to this process of evolution. But the most intriguing part is the way these signs appear. The spiritual world, in its wisdom, uses insects to communicate that something is about to happen, or that it is already happening. Sometimes, it is easy to ignore these messages. Often, we go through life without understanding the connection between what we see and what the universe is telling us. And this can be dangerous, as ignoring these signs can open doors to unwanted influences or even spiritual obstacles. The interesting thing is that, when these insects start appearing repeatedly, something much bigger is at play. It could be that your energy field is in transition, or that something is trying to infiltrate your energy space. An insect, isolated, may not have much significance. But when these little visitors appear continuously or at specific moments, it's time to pay attention. Maybe you noticed an invasion of ants, or a black butterfly approaching at a critical moment. These details are not accidental. Insects like cockroaches and flies tend to approach places with dense energy accumulation, while others like butterflies and praying mantises usually appear during moments of spiritual transformation. And the key to understanding these signs lies in how you react to them. Has it ever happened to you to feel something strange right after one of these encounters? As if the universe were telling you something but you still didn't know what? These moments can be the key to unlocking a deeper perception of the energies around you. Stay alert, because messages are always being sent. What you do with them is what defines the next step of your spiritual journey. The universe always has a peculiar way of alerting us to things we still cannot see clearly. And when it comes to the chosen ones, these signs often come from unexpected sources. Insects, for example, can be spiritual messengers. Now, let's delve into the meanings of some of the most common insects that invade the homes of the chosen ones, starting with one of the most feared, cockroaches. If you have noticed cockroaches appearing in your home inexplicably, the message behind this appearance may be more serious than you imagine. Few insects cause as much revulsion as cockroaches. They appear without warning, hide in the darkest corners, and seem almost indestructible. But what few people know is that, spiritually, cockroaches carry a very specific energetic meaning. They are attracted to environments where there is an accumulation of impurities. And this does not refer only to physical dirt, but also to heavy spiritual burdens. For the chosen ones, cockroaches can be a sign that dense energies and negative thoughts are accumulating around them. If cockroaches start appearing frequently, especially when you feel exhausted, unmotivated, or surrounded by people who drain your energy, this may indicate that you are being affected by unwanted spiritual influences. In many moments of life, the chosen ones may feel overwhelmed, as if something is draining their vitality. And it is in this type of scenario that cockroaches manifest, as a physical reflection of a spiritual burden. They appear as a sign that it's time to cleanse not just the environment, but also your energy. The way cockroaches appear also plays an important role in the meaning of the warning. If you see a solitary cockroach, it may simply be a reminder that your energy needs adjustments. However, if they start appearing in groups or frequently, this is a clear sign that a significant negative energy is manifesting in the environment and needs to be addressed. So, what to do when cockroaches keep appearing? First of all, it is important to take care of the physical and energetic cleaning of your space. Herbs like rue, lavender, and rosemary can help purify the environment. Moreover, spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and distancing from toxic influences can be fundamental in restoring harmony. But cockroaches are not the only spiritual visitors you might encounter. Another insect that can frequently appear and bring even deeper messages is the spider. And their presence carries meanings that may surprise you. If there is an insect that represents a complex spiritual message, it is the spider. Unlike cockroaches, which warn about the accumulation of negative energies, spiders are linked to spiritual traps and karmic cycles that need to be broken. If you have ever felt trapped in a situation you can't escape from, or as if you were walking but something invisible was holding you back, the spider can be a clear sign that hidden forces are trying to bind you. Spiders are masters of patience and strategy. They weave their webs carefully, waiting for the right moment to act. In the spiritual realm, this translates to negative influences trying to manipulate you without your noticing. These forces can be people around you who drain your energy, repetitive patterns that keep you stagnant, or even thought cycles that limit your growth. If spiders are becoming more frequent in your life, it may be a warning for you to pay attention to your relationships and what is limiting you. You might be falling into traps, believing in empty promises, or getting involved in situations that are actually hindering your progress. It's time to free yourself from spiritual ties that don't do you good and avoid destructive patterns. Now, it is important to observe exactly where the spiders appear because this can also influence the spiritual message they carry. If a spider appears in your room, for example, it could be a clear sign that something is trying to interfere with your rest, your dreams, or even your deeper energies while you are vulnerable during sleep. If they appear at the entrance of the house, perhaps the universe is asking you to be more selective about who enters your life and your space. This is the kind of alert that the chosen ones cannot ignore. Spiders are masters of patience, and if they appear repeatedly, it might be time to take a closer look at the cycles of your life. Is there something that is imprisoning you? Something that keeps you stuck in the same place? If you feel this way, spiders can be a spiritual reflection of it. But contrary to what many might think, they do not symbolize only entrapment. They are also linked to creation and transformation. When you notice the web forming around you, you have the opportunity to break it before it becomes irreversible. The key here is awareness. If you are attentive, the presence of spiders can be a warning to free yourself from limiting patterns before they become a real obstacle. But not all spiritual visitors are crawling or web weaving. Sometimes the warning comes from something more ethereal, more winged. Black butterflies, for example, are powerful messengers. If you have ever seen a black butterfly in your house, pay attention. The meaning of this presence can be even more impactful than you imagine. The black butterfly, unlike cockroaches or spiders, does not bring a direct warning of dense energy or spiritual traps, but rather something that can be both frightening and liberating: inevitable change. Since ancient times, many cultures have associated black butterflies with transformation, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one, often linked to a deep spiritual transition. For the chosen ones, who are always in the process of spiritual evolution, the appearance of a black butterfly is never by chance. If you see a black butterfly flying around or landing near you, know that a major turning point is on the way. It could be a significant change in your personal life, your spiritual path, or even a release of people and situations that no longer have a place in your journey. Now, if you feel that you are in tune with this message, subscribe and be part of this unique journey of evolution. Leave your like so we can spread this energy even further. And if you are loving the content and want it to keep growing, super thanks is a way to support us directly. Your contribution is fuel that allows us to continue spreading this message of transformation. What do you feel when you see this butterfly? If fear takes hold of you, it may be a sign that something needs to be ended, but you are not yet ready to accept it. If, on the other hand, you feel peace or curiosity, it may mean that the transformation, although necessary, will be beneficial for your growth. Another important point is the moment when the black butterfly appears. If you are in a phase of uncertainties, doubts, or emotional changes, this can be a clear sign that the universe is telling you that the new cycle cannot be avoided. No matter how much you resist, it will come. And it's worth remembering, the more you cling to what no longer serves you, the harder this transition will be. Some people report that after the visit of a black butterfly, they start having more revealing dreams or even feel more intense spiritual presences. This happens because the butterfly is also linked to the veil between worlds, suggesting that spiritual guides or even ancestors are trying to communicate with you. If the black butterfly appeared in your house, reflect. What needs to be transformed? What are you holding on to that you should have already let go of? But the black butterfly is not the only winged visitor that brings powerful messages. There is another insect that, although it seems harmless, can be an even stronger warning: flies. If they have started to appear unexpectedly and constantly in your house, it's better to be alert, because this could be an indication of something much more serious than it seems at first glance. Flies are often seen as mere everyday nuisances, but for the chosen ones, their presence goes far beyond that. They are not like black butterflies, which announce profound transformations, or spiders, which warn of spiritual traps. Flies bring an urgent warning that needs to be listened to carefully. Their repeated presence, even in an apparently clean environment, is not a coincidence. They are attracted to remnants, dirt, and decomposition. And in the spiritual realm, their message is clear: contaminated energy. This could be a sign that something invisible, yet extremely toxic, is accumulating around you. For the chosen ones, this can have different meanings, but the most serious is the presence of heavy energies or negative influences in their spiritual field. If you have started to notice flies appearing without explanation, it is time to reflect on your emotional and mental state. Have you been feeling more tired, irritable, or overwhelmed lately? Flies can be a reflection of this, representing a dense energy that needs to be purified. Another important factor to consider is the frequent conflicts and arguments in your environment. If your home has become a stage for tensions, this may be creating a negative atmosphere, attracting these creatures. And be careful, not only the environment itself but also the people around you can be responsible. Some have such a heavy energetic load that they leave traces wherever they go, opening doors for the presence of these flies. The worst-case scenario occurs when the presence of the flies is a sign of spiritual interference. For the chosen ones, they may indicate that a negative entity is trying to feed off your energy or taking advantage of a moment of vulnerability. If you have tried everything to ward them off and they keep appearing, this could be an alert that something spiritual needs your attention. In this case, it is crucial to strengthen the protection of your space with smudging, prayers, meditations, and energy cleansing practices to prevent negative energy from settling in. However, flies are not the only spiritual warnings. Another small visitor, often ignored, can bring an even more serious sign: ants. Although they seem harmless, an excessive presence of ants can indicate something much more serious. They don't just appear in search of food. For the chosen ones, ants are associated with spiritual espionage and energy draining. Unlike flies, which indicate spiritually contaminated environments, ants suggest that something or someone is silently monitoring you, trying to drain your energy without you noticing. If ants have started appearing in unexpected places inside your house, such as on personal belongings, furniture corners, or around your bed, it's time to pay attention. They may be indicating that something is trying to invade your energy unnoticed, acting in a subtle but constant manner. When this happens, it is important to investigate your spiritual and emotional life. Is there something or someone in your life that is draining your energy? Pay attention, because these small signs can be much more than simple natural phenomena. The key is to notice the pattern and act before this negative energy has more space to grow. The presence of ants may be connected to spiritual forces that wish to observe your steps, weaken your energy, or even block your growth. This happens because, on the spiritual plane, ants symbolize organization and intense communication. They represent an invisible network that connects to you, whether through the thoughts of other people, witchcraft, envy, or even subtle energetic attacks. And the most curious thing is that many chosen ones report that, in moments of great decisions or spiritual changes, ants begin to appear inexplicably. This phenomenon can be a sign that there are people or entities trying to keep you under control, draining your energy to prevent you from moving forward on your path. These attacks can come from charged environments, objects imbued with strange energies, or even from unwanted spiritual connections. If the ants are appearing persistently and without apparent reason, it is essential to reinforce your spiritual protection. In addition to maintaining the physical cleanliness of your space, it is necessary to perform a deep energetic cleansing. Burning purification herbs like rosemary and rue can help dissipate these negative influences. Keeping your energy elevated is also essential. Avoiding negative thoughts, clearing your mind of toxic patterns, and closing any spiritual gaps that might allow energy invasions is crucial. Reflect on your energy in the past few days. Have you been feeling more tired or drained? Are you noticing any feeling of being watched but can't identify what is causing it? Ants can be a warning for you to strengthen your spiritual shield, cutting ties with what no longer serves you. But ants are just one of the many signs that the universe can send. For the chosen ones, nothing happens by chance, and every detail in our surroundings can carry an important message. Have you been paying attention to the signs that life has been showing you? They are everywhere, but often we can't notice them immediately. For the chosen ones, coincidences do not exist. When insects like black butterflies, spiders, cockroaches, scorpions, flies, or ants start appearing repeatedly in your house, it can be a clear sign that something in the spiritual realm needs attention. Whether it's a warning about negative energies around you, an attempt at communication from the universe, or even spiritual attacks disguised as everyday events, everything has a profound meaning. The most important thing is not to ignore these signs. If you have noticed a higher frequency of certain insects appearing in your house without a logical explanation, observe your energy, your thoughts, and the people you have been around. Are you absorbing negative energies from others? Does your spiritual field need to be strengthened? Or maybe it's time to cut ties with environments and people who no longer resonate with you. Keeping your space clean, both physically and spiritually, is essential. Practices such as smudging, prayers, energy baths, and the constant work of raising your vibration can make all the difference. Remember, the chosen ones are constantly tested and observed, but they also have immense power to transform their reality. So, I ask you, have you noticed any of these signs in your life? Has any of these insects appeared persistently in your house? Reflect on your experience, as each sign has something to teach you. If you have made it this far, I truly appreciate your dedication and presence. This shows that you are committed to your awakening, and I am honored to be able to share this journey with you. If you feel that this content has been valuable, consider supporting the channel with a super thanks. Your support is essential for us to continue bringing more videos like this. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let's debate the topics we discussed today. The exchange of ideas is essential for our collective growth. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything that's coming up. Until the next video, and stay strong on your path of evolution.